Hi, I'm Kiran.
Hi, I'm Romana
Welcome to the Parent Culture.
on experiential parenting.
Today we're going to continue our series on bullying, and we are going to look at the psychology of bullying. Why do kids bully?
Yeah, that's a question that I asked myself a lot, Kiran, because as a kid I was bullied a lot for different reasons, and a lot of the times I kept thinking, is it because of me?
My sense is that kids bully looking around because they themselves have low self-esteem,
Yeah.
or they're going through a situation in life where they don't feel in control. Could be that their parents are going through a divorce, could be that their parents are fighting a lot, could be that their parents have high-flying careers and they don't have time for their kids, or could be many reasons like this. Has that been your experience with bullying?
Actually, through all the experience that I've been through in all these years, one of the greatest things that a bully looks for is attention. And like they say, good behavior or negative behavior, as long as I get the attention. And I think that's where bullying starts. That's where the thought of wanting to be in control, wanting to overpower, wanting to make sure that the situation is in your hands, is where the whole thought of bullying even starts.
So they take back control by misbehaving, being unkind, not being compassionate, because probably at home they are being treated the same way, or they're watching adults around them behave that way. So they've not sort of got, what has not happened is that they've not been able to, or they've not been taught how to be kind, or compassionate, or giving.
Absolutely. So they don't know the feeling of kindness. They don't know what is compassion. So even when they bully, they don't understand the consequences what the other person or the other child is going through.
Bullying, in my sense, is also a call for help by the child, right? Because he's acting out and he's getting attention, like you said, whether negative or positive doesn't matter. But because there's a deficit in his or her life for attention, this is the way they're trying to say that, help me.
That's right. I mean, the reason I'm smiling is because you really, you went to the compassion point of a bully. So basically, we think bully matlab he's a bura insan, or she's a bad person, or she's so mean, or she's so rude. But if we can pick these signs and help the bully, we'd probably come to know that they have very strong reason for behaving the way they do.
So we can reach out to the children. So for example, if my kid was being bullied by another kid, I could invite the kid over for a play date and get to know them.
That's a great idea. It's like compassion that we show towards them is, I think, the best remedy. One of the best remedies to help a bully is what I would say.
The only thing is, if you invite over, then we have to continuously monitor, but in a very sensitive way, and facilitate a sort of friendship, right?
That's right. It's like let them get to know each other, na? Let's see the best and the worst sides of each other, and that just helps to mend everything.
So you have to reach out, because they are effectively calling out for help. So that's one way of looking at bullying, which is outside of school, or even if it's in school, you can still have kids over for play date. I mean, that would be our sense, that it will be nice to get to know them, and for them to know you, your child, in a different space, and maybe you can be the adult role model that they don't have in their life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
absolutely. If you have the time and the bandwidth for it, of course. It's a huge responsibility.
It is. But then,
but it's a child in pain, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it could be your child as well. So maybe.
Yeah.
So what kind of things were you bullied for? I mean, you mentioned that you were bullied.
Oh God, I was bullied for religion because I'm Muslim. I was bullied for, I was not a very great student. I was bullied because people said I'm fat. So these are a few things that I was bullied for as a child. And as a youngster, I always thought, I am fat, that's why I am being bullied. I thought it was my fault, which is why I am being bullied. But today
it was not about you, it was about their self-esteem.
So today we know better, right? So it's a bully is going through something, which is why he's acting out in this way, which basically it's about him, it's about what he's going through, and he doesn't know any better of how else to express it, right? So it's not about me, it is about that person, and that's why, as Kiran mentioned, let's try and reach out to them to help them, because it's about them. You're not the one who's always at fault.
So if you are going through a tough relationship, or an emotional upheaval, etc., don't stop reaching out to your children. Don't stop talking to them. Share about what's happening in your life, where you are, what's happening to you. Include them, make them a part of that, so that don't think that they are too young to understand, because whatever is happening in your life is impacting them. And if you don't share with them, you're not transparent about it, they will come to their own conclusion, and it will affect them differently, and they will then act out in very different ways.
That's right. And please talk to your children. Don't say, oh, he's too small. Like I kept telling, I think I remember telling Kiran that even in the morning, I think my son is too young to understand this. But I think that's where we are wrong, because today's kids understand a lot more, know a lot more than what we knew at our times. So let's not underestimate our kids, and let's keep talking to our kids. And like we mentioned earlier, we need to be the role model that they copy. We need to be the role model that they will, because that's how they're going to behave, because of what they watch us do and say and feel and express. So be compassionate with your children, show kindness to your child, so that same expression, that same feeling is extended outside. And I think that's one of the most nicest things that we can do as parents for our children.
True. And even if it's work pressure, you're feeling a lot of pressure at work, whatever the reasons could be, your targets are too high, or your boss is nasty, whatever the reasons, you can talk about it to your child. You can explain that this is what's happening, that's why you're stressed, you're short-tempered, or you have to work long hours, and how they can support you in the process.
Absolutely.
So include them, be a family. That's what being a family is, that you are able to share with your children, and they're not too young.
Absolutely. And in fact, when there is a lot of pressure, may it be work pressure, may it be relationship pressure,
money pressure, we take out our frustration on our kids. Not to forget that our kids are imitating that. What do they think when they're frustrated? I can do the same thing to someone else. So all the more reason to find your calm, find your composure, because don't forget, your children are watching you, your children are observing you. And if they think, oh, mama is angry and threw something, when I get angry, when I can throw something. True. And I mean, I definitely had a lot of anger issues, which I've worked on. And I think I see the difference in my kids' behavior now that I've addressed my anger issues. They're much more calmer, they're much more chilled out, as am I. So I think it's I'm still a work in progress.
We all are, Kiran. We all are still.
Yeah.
Works in progress, actually.
Yeah. So a lot of our frustrations in life do affect the way we behave, even though we're thinking we're protecting our children by not telling them. But they can sense the energy. They can sense the positive, the negative, the high stress, the low stress. And so you're actually not protecting your children, you're excluding them. The buffer is not a buffer, it's an excluder. So try not to exclude them, but include them in your life.
That is so true. I think sometimes we think we are protecting our children and push them aside because we want them to be safe, but that is one of the places where your child can feel that he's not getting the attention he or she needs. Like I remember a very simple incident, my clothesline here broke where I dry my clothes, and I was like, okay, I'll buy a new rope and we'll climb on the ladder and do it up. And Dabir said, Mama, I want to do it.
I think you talked about this before.
I did.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's too high. If you fall, you're gonna. And he actually voiced it out. I want to be of some help in this house. And for me, that meant, oh my God, am I excluding my child from the house and the stuff that requires to be taken care of in the house? And that was a big eye opener for me. And after that, I never stopped him.
True.
You know, I did tell him to be careful, but I never stopped him. So now he feels like he's included in everything in the house.
Yeah, he feels responsible and part
and
of it. Yeah.
give him the attention. That attention, lack of attention, is one of the reasons that creates a bully.
Because kids are not mature enough to understand that you're juggling many balls,
That's
and everything's up in the air, and when things sort out or whatever, they don't have that maturity in their head. They just feel you're either including them or excluding them. You're either upset or not upset. If they can't see a reason why you're upset, they invariably conclude that it's because of them.
That's right.
And you don't want to get into a situation like
True.
that.
And just to conclude, I remember mentioning in one of my posts as to why do you discipline your children? Do you discipline your children because you're angry? Do you discipline your children because you're taking out someone else's or some other situation's frustration on them? Or are you simply disciplining them out of love? It's not wrong to get angry. We all get angry. We all have trigger points. But
How?
in what way are we removing that anger on our child? Is it out of love? Is it out of frustration? Please ask yourself. Because if it's out of frustration, your child doesn't deserve to be treated that way, because it's your frustration. If you know that particular thing that you're telling him off for or disciplining him about is simply sure out of pure love, please go ahead and do it, because the intention behind it is love. And that love will be expressed in the way you're handling him. And these are things that will lead to a kind, a compassionate, and a loving child, which is very important for the sanity, for the calmness, for the harmony, that everything, to go together, whether it's in school, whether it's in home, it creates that atmosphere for your child.
So, if there are any issues that are happening at home, or if you're going through a tough phase for whatever reason, do keep connecting with your child. Do reach out. Do check in with them every day. How things are in school, how they are feeling. Continue to do the things that they enjoy, that you enjoy with them.
That's right.
And I think that will keep your child grounded.
Absolutely. Very, very important. Also, if you have any specific situations or questions troubling you, please do write to us, leave a comment at the end of the video as well, and we will reach out to you as well. So thank you so much for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and we will see you soon with another video.